All right, picture this. You're sitting at home, you're watching TV, and life's passing you by. You're sitting at home with your family and friends, whether it's a barbecue, dinner, birthday, whatever the occasion, and the topic of life insurance comes up. In the background, you hear, "Don't get term, it's horrible," or "Don't get whole life, it's too expensive." Have you ever heard that? Now listen, with any insurance, you have your good and your bad. Some people have good experiences, and others, horror stories. But ask yourself, did you meet with an agent you trust? Or did you trust yourself to find the cheapest plan for you and your family? Did you get burned? Were you confused on the difference? The only job of an agent, a good agent, is to help solve a problem. If your agent doesn't figure out why you're looking for life insurance in the first place, how are you supposed to properly protect your family? Now listen, both types have their purpose. And by the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of how to protect you and your family and how both these types work. So term life insurance is the easiest to explain. It covers you from point A to point B. Whether it's 10, 20, or 30 years, depending on your interval, will be how long you're protected. So how does it work? Let's take a 20-year term, for example. The first important date, that's your effective date. That's the date you make your first payment. The last one is the expiration date. That's when your policy ends. So it doesn't matter if you have a car accident, heart attack, or you fell off a roof. As long as it's in between those two dates, you're covered. Now, who should get term? Term is best for people between the ages of 21 to 50. Those that could not support their family without their significant other's income, they live paycheck to paycheck, or they just want to leave their family in a better position after their passing. Now, term life can be used as an income replacement. Usually it's about 10 to 12 times your annual income. It can help pay off some debt, and it's usually the most affordable option. Some of the bad sides about term, renewing gets expensive. It does have an expiration date, and they have more strict qualification standards. Now, for a long time, people hated term because it was known as the "if you don't use it, you lose it" kind of thing. So the big companies caught wind of that, so they started to make a change. Over the last few years, you'll notice that some of these companies are offering 50 to 100% of your money back at the end of the term. That way it can kind of double as a savings account. Whole life, that covers people for the full duration of their life, usually up to the age of 120, as long as the premiums are paid. These types of policies are most commonly seen with parents for their kids or seniors. Now, who should get a whole life policy? Usually it's people wanting to set money aside for their children's future, people looking to cover final expenses or leave money behind, most commonly under $40,000, or those who are more focused on being protected for their entire life versus 5 or 10 times their salary. A big difference between whole life and term is that whole life policies develop cash value that you can borrow against in the event there's an emergency, unexpected expense, or if you just want to take a vacation. The money you pay into your policy builds interest, which can be utilized tax-free. That's the difference between term and whole life. One's from point A to point B, one's for your entire life. But at the end of the day, if you're watching this video, that means you need something for you and your family. Life insurance is not something you should try to get on your own. You need to sit down with a licensed agent who has experience with these types of plans and can help you find protection for you and your family the right way. Now, if you're one of those horror stories or you just need help, click the link below. One of our agents will contact you to see how much you're looking for, what you qualify for, and ultimately find something in your budget that makes sense.